Hello, David Zritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. Well, I'm sure you've heard by now that there's been a bit of a delay. Just a bit. Now, a couple things right off the bat. Let me tell you what this video is not. It is not me getting upset or trashing or anything like that. Why? Because this doesn't surprise me. I gave it 50-50 at first in a video that I did a little while ago, and as time rolled on and as more information came in, I realized it wasn't even 50-50, it was like 75-25. It changed pretty dramatically. And then Tenet and Halloween and all of these types of things started to get delayed. And I couldn't imagine in any kind of world that we live in that Bond, as big as a tentpole as it needs to be, as transactional as these type of decisions are, that it would still be in November. So I got it in my mind that it was going to get delayed until a later date, and here we are. So a lot of you right now are thinking to yourself, all right, what now? Well, first of all, I've probably said this before, so it's not going to be the first time you've heard this. I haven't lived for some time, maybe years, in the shadow of a movie. I was excited about a new movie. I love a new movie. I wasn't over the moon about Spectre, as you know, so another up at bat is always great. Another Daniel Craig up at bat is always great. Was liking what I was seeing from a trailer standpoint, visual, the way it was shot, interesting director choice, the whole 9 yards. Nothing but bullish. But I never, ever said to myself, the passion that I have for the Bond franchise and what I do in creating videos is turned on in the morning, comes from a source called No Time to Die. No, No Time to Die was an amazing bonus. It's a movie. I don't want to dispatch it in any way, of course. I don't want to neutralize the excitement around it, but I think part of me was more excited about the events. You know, things going on with the brands, things going on with people getting together, premieres, travel, locations, all these different incredible aspects that we know as the Bond community, as what a lot of people talk about and communicate with and have built friendships, relationships with. That's what I was mostly excited about. So the movie was a means to an end, until it wasn't. And now it isn't, for some time. So what we've got to do is we've got to make certain choices. I talk about this with choices. We've got a choice. We could kick the can down the street, be upset, point. People love to accumulate enemies. I don't want to say accumulate enemies. They like to create certain things in their lives where they want to say that's the problem. And why? Because it makes it so much easier for us to define what we do and who we are. But my choice and my outreach to you in the Bond community is don't do that. Don't try to find a scapegoat. Don't even try to get speculative on the reasons. We know the reasons. It's transactional. If they released a movie during this time, during the November time frame, they would take a bath. Or there's too much uncertainty around it. So you can't play the risk game with a giant movie like this, with all the expenses around it, with so much risk. I'm sure there were tons and tons of backroom conversations that led to this choice. So now our choice. What I would say is, why don't we wake up tomorrow morning, we'll have a drink tonight over this, wake up tomorrow morning, brush it off, and continue the amazing stuff that we've been doing. Events, Zooms. We've been building new relationships, talking about new things, arguing, loving, getting together when we can, either virtually or in person. Let's continue that. Because guess what? There is no time frame on that. There is no limitation on that. We don't have to be in person. Most of us, most of you that are hearing my voice have never met me personally, physically, and that's okay. We still have developed a relationship. So let's continue on with that and obviously be hopeful that there'll be little things about the movie that we can see from time to time to make sure that we remember there is a movie eventually coming. But let's not depend on that. We have an amazing library of all these other movies and specials and makings of and content creators. We have an unlimited, really unlimited multimedia supply of different things that we can go to when the night is dark. And the dawn will come. And if a movie is the very thing that can wake you up from that, then that's fine. I'm not here to cast any dispersions your way if you're relying on a movie to propel you forward. So many of you will be like, that's it for Bond and me, I'm taking a hiatus, I'm taking a break. And that's fine, that is your choice. My choice, tomorrow, I'm gonna have something else come out on Instagram. I've got a couple other videos that I'm making that I'm excited about, and I'm gonna keep smiling. Why? Because I've got friends in these communities, I've got relationships, I've got people that are more like family than friends, and it's all because of this one seed. It wasn't because of No Time to Die. It never was. That was going to create more moments, more experiences for us to connect on. But that's it. And that day will come. Harvey Dent quote that I like to use: the night is darkest just before the dawn, but the dawn is coming. And the dawn can be every dawn. And before I break into song, I'll leave you with that. This has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Take the news, roll with it. Let's pick ourselves up again and do this. Smile. There's a lot to be smiling about. Take care. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond Experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.